back to my channel. Good afternoon, vlogsters, morning vlogsters, evening vlogsters. I do realize that I usually start off by saying good morning vlogsters because I know my video launches in the morning. But I don't know if everybody gets a chance to watch it in the morning. So, to quote Truman, I just forgot his last name, from The Truman Show, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Good morning. Good afternoon, good evening, and night if you want to as well. This right here is the beginning of the last 32 ounces of a gallon that I drink it today. So that's not including the half of coffee from Dunkin' Donuts that I got. So today we went to the ENT. It was wonderful. My ENT is really cool. She really is. She is always referring to me as sister. She's like, she's just so cool. We've got like so much, not history in common, but we do have like a lot of commonalities. And she can, she's really relatable. I guess I mean to say, obviously we're also very different in so many ways, but just like so many commonalities. She's very sweet. She's a very, very strong woman. She said, I was built to last. That's what she said. Which is great. I love that, actually. That's like my new favorite. So this is the same doctor said her favorite color is sparkle. She's very witty. Anyhow, we went to, she went to check my button, to make sure everything was okay. She did a little like clean out. She gave me some tips on how to keep it clean. She's like, well, just keep it moist. I said, yeah, most of it does occur while I'm sleeping at night. So I was using this air gel, saline gel that my sister had given me. But she said to try this. This is just a sample. It's by Neilmed, and it's a nasal gel dry noses. So it's like a gel saline, so it will kind of keep the lubrication there longer. She said it's really good. She said it lasts longer and has a, not lasts longer, she said it has a better distribution than the one that my sister gave me. My sister gave me in the hospital. My back hurts, so I get it from that top drawer. It's AYR. The company Air. It's a saline tube. She gave it to me when I was in the hospital last year. It's still good. It still works. I do sometimes use it at night, especially when the heat's on, because then we used to have the Cool Mist vaporizer in here still to try to put moisture in the air. However, it goes all year, so it's just when the heat's on, we kind of need that little extra oomph, you know. Anyhow, that was today. Everything was good. We don't have to go back for a while, which is great because they're redoing the offices. So after the ENT, we went to Dunkin' Donuts because Lisa was driving. I got my iced coffee. I get large original blend iced coffee with 2 shots of unsweetened toasted almond, 2 shots of unsweetened vanilla, and I get half and half, and I get a lot of half and half, and I usually get 2 Splenda, but today I didn't put the Splenda in there. So, not for some reason, but my ENT got into this whole conversation about like my blood sugar, and she made me feel so much better than all of my other doctors, which is kind of wild. But even though she specializes as an ENT, she was an Army doctor, and I'm sure she's kind of seen all of it. But we got into this conversation about artificial sweetness. Do you eat a lot of artificial sweeteners? I said, honestly, not really. I said, I usually just have sugar-free creamer in my coffee in the morning. And, you know, I occasionally have like a keto bread, Jimmy made keto brownies last week, so I had those have artificial sweetener in them. And when he makes me oatmeal, he puts brown sugar swerve in it, but not like, and I'm not a big soda drinker. So, I don't know, once every 2 months I'll have like a blackberry Coke Zero, get a Route 44 and drink like a third of it. My mouth lately doesn't really care for soda. Anyhow, so I was like, yeah, not really, like, you know, not like a ton. So she's like, yeah, because that can play with whether you're insulin resistant. And she actually said, like, you might actually have other things going on, not just that. And then she was asking me all these questions like with the kidneys, and you know, it's just she's just so smart. Like, I know she's a doctor. That's not what I mean. She just is a really all-around great. Sorry about that, guys. She's just an all-around really great doctor. Very, very knowledgeable. And I really do like her. She recommended a book for me to look at in a podcast to help with the weight loss, which was so wonderful. And she's like my ENT. Like, that's the extent of, she's not my nutritionist. You know what I mean? She's not my primary. She's not my oncologist. Anyhow, all of that to say that I am feeling very good today. I woke up at 8 o'clock to take my, cuppa medics. My 8 o'clock alarm went off to take my cuppa medics. I was actually sleeping really well last night. Took my cabo. I don't know why all of a sudden I've got the burps. Drank my water, went to the potty, and everything was great. I actually felt really very physically good. But then I laid on the bed and waited for Jimmy to wake up. So like an hour, playing solitaire. And then his alarm went off, and then he snoozed it, and went about 15 more minutes. And then my aide came over at 9:30, and we worked on some scheduling for the week, or next week actually, and we worked on scheduling, nutrition, like a nutrition plan, and we talked about some stuff with the bills and stuff. Then we got dressed and ready for the appointment. When I sat on the edge of the bed and I changed my clothes, and when I stood up to go, after only just laying down for like an hour and a half, well, less. It was like an hour because we had to leave at, at 8 o'clock, 8:30 to 9 to 10, so an hour and a half. So after about laying down for like an hour and a half, I stood up to start walking, and oh my Lord Jesus, my leg felt like, I don't even want to talk about it. My knee hurt, my whole thigh, I said my femur, but I'm sorry, my nose is a little itchy. But my whole outside, the muscle on the outside of my thigh was killing me. Up to my hip, I'm like, what in heaven's name? Then I was thinking, did I have any gluten? My first pop was what pops in my head these days is like, did you have any gluten? And I'm like, no. But even if you did, it would have affected you at 8 o'clock in the morning when you went to the bathroom. So I was like, and I took my morning meds, and maybe I didn't take them early enough or something. I'm not 100%. I'm sorry. My nose is really itchy. Sorry about that. This part right here? I know ever since I got my button, it does, I don't know if it hits a nerve or tickles a molecule in there. Sometimes I just start having a sneezing fit, when you pull a nose hair. I don't know why I just said that. Or, something happens to your nose and you have that sneezing fit. Sometimes I have that, and then sometimes I get this itch right here. Anyway. So and it hurt so bad, and I walked out to the car, and I got in the car, and I was pretty much cursing the whole way. And I wanted to take my rollator into the doctor's office. But thank God I took my wheelchair, because they ended up moving us. So I had not just went into her office, head in. It's a pretty small office. I was like, oh, even if I had to walk the long way. Well, we had to go downstairs and find a whole nother office and go into a whole nother waiting room and then go down to a whole nother office. It was kind of wild. So I'm really glad that I did take my wheelchair, because that, as that would have been the worst. The worst. So then after the doctor's office, then we went to, like I said, we went to Dunkin'. I got the egg white and bacon. They have bacon and cheese and vegetable and egg white egg bites, but they look like bagels. They look like a bagel half. They're probably supposed to look like a donut, but they look like half of bagels. And what I like to do is I like to take one of each, one of the vegetable with white cheddar and one of the like bacon and American or sharp cheddar, whatever it is. And I like to make like a bagel sandwich with mixing all of it. So it's like all kinds of cheeses, egg whites, regular eggs, it's vegetables and bacon, and it's delicious like that. So I got those, and I got some maple bacon, but when we went with my aide, she was trying to get like one of the cinnamon roll donuts, and they were out, so they only could substitute either like a sour cream donut or an apple fritter. So she doesn't like apple fritters, so she just gave it to the driver, and then I just bought that bacon snack. I know Sharon loves it. I thought maybe Lisa and her would like it. And I ended up just giving that to her because she wanted a donut, but, you know, bacon, I guess, if you can't have a donut, have bacon. I guess that's how that goes. But anyhow, so we had a really nice time. And then we headed back, and we just took like little tour around town. We were looking for like apartments in the area, just different housing, how close things were, basically showing like where the parks are. If Lisa ever just needs to get out of the house and go for a drive and just wants to sit at the park, just kind of like showing her where they're in the area so she doesn't have to go Timbuktu. And she's kind of getting the lay of land, which I think is really cool. I mean, had it over all the visits she's been to. She was doing pretty good. She's very, very good with, like, her sense of direction is really, really good. But that's that. And trying to remember. Mom's birthday's coming. We already got her a present, and she wants to go out to the steakhouse for her birthday. And because Jim's working, we're going to go for lunch, which I'm pretty excited about. And if it turns out that we don't make it for lunch, then we're just going to go like another day, like during the night or whatever. He's off Friday and Saturday night, so maybe we'll try to do that. Yes, Mom's birthday's coming, and Mom's birthday week 2022. Trying to think. Oh, so one of the things we were talking about was like the 3 things. The ENT said she got a personal one-on-one with this like nutrition guru, basically like a food diet thing. She wrote a book and also has a podcast. She's like, I spent all this money for her to tell me 3 things. To tell me, don't eat if you're not hungry. Feel your feelings. Don't eat your feelings. And plan your menu for the next day. And she's like, that sounds like obvious, but really when you plan your meal the next day, what you do is you go, oh, cookie, I go to have my lunch, and you're like, oh, cookies, but you're like, oh no, cookies aren't on my agenda for today, I'll put it on the agenda for tomorrow. And she's like, by the time you're ready to go ahead and put your agenda out there, or write your agenda, you don't put cookies on there. Like, you just don't, because you're doing so good, you got through the whole day without them, you get to tomorrow without them. So I just thought that was really cool. So she sent me a link to the book and the podcast, and I just thought, that's why I think she's just so cool. What else? Oh yeah, we were talking about, you know how you're like not supposed to feel your feelings, and you're not supposed to pull yourself up by your shoestrings and all these things, and I was rolling my eyes because I was like, Gen Xer, yeah, I think I know. Anyway, I just thought that was really funny. So sometimes they come with coupons, but not today. Oh, how cool. Is this a coupon? No. What? That's kind of wild. Guys, can you see there's like, it's 3D? Can you see that? I know it's not supposed to pop out now, but it's like 3D on the box. I thought it was supposed to pop out. I'm like, is that perforated? Is this perforated box? But it's not. It's just, they bumped it out. Fancy packaging. There we go. Wait there. Can you see it like that? I don't know if you could see it. But anyway, this is what it is. So I'm going to try it. If it works, I'll order it. And that's it for now. Just going to keep taking my chemotherapy and beating cancer's butt. So hopefully you'll join me, kick cancer in the butt. Oh, again, I was out all day and forgot to follow up with the freaking physical therapy nonsense like a knucklehead. So I hopefully will remember to do it tomorrow. I set my digital assistant, but then I was out. So I got the push notification on my phone, but then I was in the middle of the doctor's office. So I just have to constantly try to remember to follow up about the physical therapy. But listen, I love you. I do. If nobody has told you today that you're loved, please just come by and hear how much I love you, because I love you guys very, very much. I really, truly do. I wouldn't spend all this time sharing my life with you, sharing my time and all that stuff if I didn't. I really wouldn't. Yeah, but I am so grateful that you want to spend your time with me. More than anything, I'm so grateful for that. And those of you who I've noticed in the comments and in the things have been binge watching old videos just to help a girl out, I really do appreciate that. I see you in the comments, and I appreciate you spending as much time as you can with me, which just really touches my soul. And listen, as always, you guys take care. God bless, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Bye. Ouch.